This episode is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 seller of games and gaming accessories. And GatheringMagic.com, the #1 resource for Magic the Gathering news and articles.
My name is Randy, and this is my Child of Alara Commander deck. Here's my Child of Alara deck. I would say that this deck is somewhat on a budget. It's mostly a throw together, but I really like it. And it's mostly themed around as many legendary and gold creatures as I had that, well, didn't require a theme to go into a theme deck. Of course, you got your basic lands, more so of these than usual. I have a lot of basic land tutors in the deck, and no real fetch lands of any sort, no dual lands. However, I still really like the idea of a lot of the Shards of Alara block and Ravnica block lands. There's my Karoo lands, got a couple. Golgari Rot Farm, Simic Growth Chamber, Boros Garrison. Just a few Vivids. Got my foil Chinese Vivid Grove, signed Vivid Marsh, and Vivid Meadow. Murmuring Bosk, which is my favorite land of all time. Arcane Sanctum, Jungle Shrine, Seaside Citadel. As many of them with green in them as possible. In any 4 and 5 color deck, you're going to need a lot of green to get the land you need. Got just a few filter lands. And then all the lands that I have in here that can make multiple colors, like all 5, like Grand Coliseum, Exotic Orchard, Command Tower, of course, City of Brass, Rupture Spire, and just a couple of basic ones like the Kazandu Refuge. You got Drowned Catacombs, which is not as good as Watery Grave, but what can you do? Raging Ravine, the only man land in the deck, and High Market, which obviously combos very well with a Child of Alara. Kessig Wolf Run, and the infamous Bojuka Bog, which belongs in every deck ever. Evolving Wilds. And that's it for the lands. And now on to the creatures. 5 color deck. Solemn Simulacrum is a must. Next up is all the mana rampy guys. Got my Oracle of Mul Daya, Yavimaya Elder, my favorite grandpa. Veteran Explorer, once again great with High Market. Sakura-Tribe Elder. And then Eternal Witness, staple in any deck with green in it. Phyrexian Metamorph, wonderful card. One of the best, I think, printed out of the Phyrexia set. Garruk's Horde, in a very, very heavily creature-based deck. It's not going to be a lot of spells. He's wonderful, even if you can't manipulate the top of your deck. Shriekmaw, good removal. Mulldrifter, also a key card. Azorius Guildmage, wonderful control. And now on to the theme. It's not much of a theme, but almost every single creature in the deck, except the 5 you just saw, are legendary. So of course Captain Sese definitely helps take advantage of those creatures. We've got Una, Queen of the Fae. We've got Brion Stoutarm, Oros the Avenger, Teneb the Harvester. This deck you'll see a little bit of a graveyard theme. Newmont the Devastator, Sphinx of the Steel Wind, Reiki, the History of Kamigawa. Wonderful card when you have so many legends in a deck. Karthus, Tyrant of Jund, Damia, Sage of Stone. I like how all of them have 4 words in their name. Janara, Asura of War, Vorosh the Hunter, Rexiel the Risen Deep, and Maelstrom Archangel. A lot of fun to play. Intet the Dreamer. Can't go wrong with free spells, right? Alright, Teriel, the Reckoner of Souls, out of the commander sets. A lot of fun to play with. Super slow to get going. Carador Ghost Chieftain. I think he's my favorite commander. Vishkal, Blood Arbiter. Horde of Notions. Trampley Haste Awesome. Get back your Shriekmaw. Angel Despair. Once again, just another awesome staple. Animar, Soul of Elements. That guy's actually a lot of fun to play. Having a built-in Sword of Light and Shadow protection's already pretty good, but then he just gets too big to handle. Mimeoplasm. A lot of fun. And then next is just the few spells that are in the deck. There's probably about 15 or 20, something like that. Putrefy and Mortify. Path to Exile. Oblation. Give me those pesky planeswalkers right there. Return to Dust. Cruel Ultimatum. And then some mana ramp. Just a couple Signets, Saw Ring, and then a Darksteel Ingot. All Sun's Dawn. Obviously wonderful when you have more than one color in any deck. Tormod's Crypt. Don't want anyone taking advantage of your living death. Coming soon. Diabolic Tutor. Can't afford a Demonic Tutor. Conflux. Self-Exclamatory. Harmonize. Between Harmonize and Ricky and Mulldrifter and Horde of Notions and Mulldrifter again. I mean, there's a lot of card draw in a 5-color deck, even if you're not capitalizing on blue. Fun card. Temple Aperture. Wonderfully fun to play, even if you get crap. Exhume. Put something in your graveyard. Get it back with your Caradors. Torn of Souls. A little bit underrated just because of the +2 and haste. Makes all your guys fast and powerful when they come in, so it's really strong. My favorite graveyard spell of all time, Living Death. And then the rest is the mana ramp spells. Shard's Convergence, Rite of Flourishing, the ever-popular Collective Voyage, Cultivate, Explosive Vegetation, the one equipment, the Behemoth Sledge, and finally, the best card in the deck. Maelstrom Nexus makes everything a 2-for-1. Hope you enjoyed my deck. Thanks for watching CMDR Decks. Please subscribe and favorite.